Hey guys, so it's Asiago back in the podcast. Yes, the podcast known as 3 a.m. Thoughts. So, you may be wondering, if you, no matter if you're looking at this on Spotify or whatever, or even here on the Anchor app, you may notice that the artist name for the podcast is Pumba. Now, I'm obviously not Pumba. I mean, I'm not a talking warthog or anything. But here's the thing, though. The person that owns this account is my brother Pumba. Now, here's the thing. He is my adopted brother. Now, he's a very cool guy. You know, but he's kind of old though. Born April 4th, 1974. Today, it's actually, technically yesterday, was his 46th birthday. My God. So it's a perfect, it's a perfect time for me to announce that here today we're finally going to, interview, the big man himself, Mr. Pumba. All right, let's see. All right, come on in, Pumba.
Hey guys!
Hey, what's going on, Pumba?
Yeah! Hey everybody! Well, my name is Pumba!
Oh, okay. I just kind of introduced you there. So, Pumba, welcome to the show. Yeah, the show that you own, but you've never been on. So, how's it going, Pumba?
Well, I'm doing really great. I had a really big birthday bash.
Oh, okay. What did you do for your birthday?
Well, I don't remember what I did, but I had a lot of birthday cake. I ate so much that I threw up. And then I ate that threw up, and then I threw up again. And then I ate it again. It was endless cake. It was so good, with every throbbing taste and every bite of that disgusting cake.
Okay, calm down, Pumba. Okay. So obviously you had a real good time, eating, chilling, whatever. So today, Pumba, we're gonna interview you, and just tell us about yourself. Who is the man behind this account? I mean, I'm just like the voice of it, but who is the man behind it all? Tell us about yourself.
Well, I was born on April 4th, 1974. The day I was born, I had no idea who my father was, but my mother, she didn't want me anymore. I was only born for 4 seconds, and then she said she didn't love me. So she kicked me on the side of the road, and I was there, this poor little warthog baby in the streets of Africa.
Oh my God, that sounds sad. What happened next? What happened next, man?
Well, so this really kind old lady, I think she was like 37 at the time. Oh, she was a real sweet lady. She took me in, she took care of me, she raised me, she made sure I ate right, she made sure I went to school, and she made sure I had all the best toys a kid could ask for. And later, she became my wife.
Wait, what?
Yeah! She, at 4 years old, we finally got married.
Wait, huh?
Yeah!
Okay, that's kind of, that is very weird. Run that by me again.
Yeah! She was 37 years old when she took me in back in 1974. And then, when I turned 4 years old in 1978, we got married.
What? I am very uncomfortable. Why haven't you ever told me this part of your story?
Because you don't like disturbing things.
Okay, you're right about that, but you are such a freaking weirdo, man.
Oh, that's not the end of it. Then we broke up back in 1994 when this nice director he saw me. Because back in 1986, we moved to America, and when I started going to American schools, I like to get theater classes, because I wanted to be an actor. And a chef. I wanted to be an actor chef. I wanted to make food and be in movies. Because I wanted to be the world's fattest actor.
The world's fattest actor.
Yeah!
Okay, that's pretty cool, you know. I mean, there are a lot of actors, there are a lot of chefs, but you don't know a whole bunch of chef actors, though. I mean, the closest thing we got is Gordon Ramsay, but he ain't no actor, though. He sure is, you know, a chef, though. I mean, so I can see you. I mean, how are you doing right now in the business? You know, are you a chef? Are you an actor? Or are you a chef actor?
Well, yeah!
Is that a yeah to what?
Well, both. I love to cook and I love to act, but I haven't been acting too much lately.
Well, why is that?
Well, because nobody wants to put me in movies no more. Literally, the last movie they put me in was this stupid Lion King sequel. They're called The Lion Guard.
The Lion Guard?
Yeah!
I have never seen this one.
Well, neither have I. I've acted in it, but I never watched it. I heard everybody said it was stupid.
Well, I mean, don't you think maybe you should go see the movie first before you, I don't know, judge it? I mean, give it a chance, man.
Well, I don't want to see it. I'm too lazy. You know, that's the thing. I may be an actor. I may be a chef, but I am also very lazy. That's why I don't really cook anymore. I just call the Uber people, and they bring my food to me. Because I don't even want to get out of my house no more.
Well, I mean, then again, Pumba, it's not like we can really get out of the house these days. I mean, with the whole quarantine thing going on and all, you know, nobody wants to get out of their house. In a lot of cases, nobody can get out of their house. You know, there's the whole fear of the virus has gotten us all stuck inside our own homes. You know, so it's not like we really had that much of a choice in that matter. Hell, I'm freaking a lot of restaurants, you know, you can't even go inside the lobbies no more. Like, either you gotta order through the drive-thru, or you gotta do the whole Uber Eats thing. And that's if they even do the Uber Eats thing.
Yeah! But it sucks, because it kind of sucks because, you know, every once in a while, maybe like on Fridays, I like to go to McDonald's. You know, I like to go inside the McDonald's because I like going into the McDonald's or the Burger King or the Wendy's or the Whataburger or all these different restaurants. I like to take a big whiff.
What?
A big whiff. I like to sniff the entire restaurant. I like to sniff the seats. I like to sniff the toilets. I love to sniff the kitchen. All with the same nose.
Oh, what? What are you talking about? You only have one nose.
Exactly.
Okay, you're not gonna explain that. So, you know, keep going on.
Well, I love to take a big whiff of everything in the restaurants, you know, because I love the smell. It's a real big experience going into the restaurants. You know, I love the smell of food. It really brings me back to better times. It brings me back to better times when I ate better. Because, you know, here's the thing with that old lady. I used to call her Granny, even though she was technically my mom, because she raised me. But, and technically I could also call her Wifey, because, you know, we got married when I was 4 years old. It was a very strange situation. But, anyways, back when, back in the 80s, Granny forced me to eat vegetables. Yuck!
I like vegetables. What's so wrong with vegetables?
Well, they're green. They don't have sugar, or fat, or calories, or anything good. They taste terrible. Don't get me started on broccoli.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. But you put a little bit of cheese on it, you know, and it ain't all that bad. And besides, you know, that stuff is good for you. You know, there's a reason why, you know, when you see people cook things, like, let's say, you know, you go to, like, I don't know, you know, you go over to someone's place and they're making fried chicken. You know, fried chicken ain't exactly good for you, but then you get to the sides, you know, you get some, you know, you get a nice thing of mashed potatoes, you know, and potatoes are pretty healthy themselves. And then, you know, you got the, you know, you got the asparagus, you got the green beans, you know, you got all this other green stuff going on. And sure, I mean, for the most part, especially if, you know, they cook them right, they possibly even season them, man, they are so freaking good. Like, God, I am burping. just thinking about it right now, man. Like, so like, did she not like used to season the vegetables or whatever? Like, what other things did she make you eat?
Well, she would never. She didn't believe in seasonings. She said if I wasn't eating right, then I didn't deserve to live. And I didn't want to die, because I got beat. I mean, because the way she used to punish me, because she was too old and too weak to give me spankings. So what she would do is, she would call up Uncle Larry, and then he would come over to the house and beat me up for me. Like, there was this one time back in 1987 when I refused to eat some green beans because I was eating some mac and cheese, and it was really good. But she wanted me to eat green beans with it, and I said, yuck! Why would I want to eat green beans? It's vegetables. I don't like vegetables. Vegetables are disgusting. And then so I told her, no. I went to the cookie jar and I ate cookies instead. She got so pissed. Then she went up to the phone, she dialed Uncle Larry, and Uncle Larry came to the house in a few minutes later, and then he beat me up.
What? He beat you up?
Yeah!
Oh, okay, so instead of practicing proper corporal punishment, she would call your Uncle Larry over to beat you up. Wait a second, I remember Uncle Larry. He was always so nice.
No, he wasn't. At least not back in the 80s. No. He would always be super drunk. And he would always come in playing the same country song in his Walkman all the time. And I would hear it all the freaking time, and he would beat me to pieces.
Wait, do you remember what the song was?
No! Why would I want to remember a song that I got beaten up to?
Okay, calm down. Calm down. Now, tell us more about this Uncle Larry fellow. Actually, I say that, but I know who Uncle Larry is. He's my uncle too. At least from the adoptive side of things. And I remember Uncle Larry. He was a very nice guy. Sure, the dude liked to cuss a lot. He still does today. And sure, he does like to drink a lot. But he's a happy-go-lucky guy. Like he would never hurt a fly. Shoot, he loves everybody, so it's hard for me to believe that you would have a problem with him, or that he used to beat you up at one point.
Well, you're wrong. You're very, very wrong. Because Uncle Larry used to come to the house, he would beat me up, and sometimes when he was bored and drunk, he would drunk drive all the way from the bar to the house, and then he would bust open the door and then break the beer bottle and start beating me up with it. It really hurt. Look at all these scars that I got. Look, that required 12 stitches.
Okay, don't show me your stomach. God, don't show me your damn stomach. Okay, so I see he's done quite a bit of damage to you. All right, so okay, do you have any actual evidence? At all that he's done this to you? Sure, you have these scars, but the scars can be from anything.
Well, I don't actually have any evidence. We didn't have any video cameras. As a matter of fact, Granny always said, no video cameras in the house, goddammit. If I ever see a video camera, if I see you call the police for any reason, well, your Uncle Larry's gonna beat you up no matter what.
So, okay, that's very, very sketchy. So your mother/grandmother/wife would... Oh God, so she wouldn't punish you, she would always call up Uncle Larry to beat you up, and she threatened you anytime you try to seek outside help. What? So was there anything, was there not a thing in your mind back then, that didn't spark, a thought saying, hey, maybe I should run away from this place. Maybe this place isn't the best, for me to grow up in. Maybe I should call Child Protective Services. Because there's people out there, from officers, to pastors, the teachers, to grown-ups, anybody out there. There's people out there, who want to help you. So, especially back in the 80s. So why has why hadn't you told anybody?
Well, Granny will never. She would. It wasn't until high school she let me go actually out of the house. She used to homeschool me. I remember she used to teach me my ABCs. And I have a good idea of my ABCs.
Okay, sing the ABCs for us, Pumba.
A, B, C, D, triangle 6, Q 74, square, applesauce.
You don't know your ABCs.
No, I don't. Well, don't judge me.
Oh, okay, so, that's weird, though. Okay, so, how do you type those things on Facebook?
Oh, I used the voice thing. I was so glad when they invented the voice commands on smartphones, because then for the first time I didn't have to get someone else to talk.
Oh God, are you okay, Pumba?
Yeah.
Okay, so what just happened there was, he accidentally shook the desk, and the entire microphone system fell. By microphone system, I mean like literally my phone and the freaking microphone that was connected to it. Alright, so let's do the switcheroo real quick. Alright, so here we go. You need any water, Pumba?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so when they finally implemented voice controls to smartphone keyboards, we were talking about that.
Yeah, I was so glad, because I can't type for worth of crap. I can't spell. As a matter of fact, I barely know how to read.
Okay, so how do you get around? Okay, so the voice commands that makes sense. You don't know how to spell, you don't know how to type or anything like that. So you click on that that voice thing, and you and you speak into it, and it automatically translates for you. But the weird thing is that when you despite you speaking into it, it never spells anything proper still. Like, it still looks like it still makes spelling errors and stuff, at least when you type it in. I don't understand. And then it has that weird capital letter, lowercase letter thing pattern going on. And how does that work? And if you guys, you may not be able to picture this, but go on to Facebook.com. Well, that can work too, but go on to Facebook right now and go on to Pumba's Facebook page. His name is Pumba Awolow. His picture, is it's Pumba, but he's all ripped and he's got swords. It's a really good Photoshop.
It's not Photoshop.
Whatever. It's a cool looking photo regardless. So you go on to his Facebook page, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. About the weird whole capital letter pattern going on, and the whole misspelling thing. Which again, I don't understand, because he's using voice to text, speech to text thing on his keyboard. So that really does confuse me. So where were we?
I kind of forgot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you said you're barely literate. All right.
What's literate?
So okay, let me rephrase that for you. So you barely know how to read or write. Okay, well maybe you don't know how to write, but you barely know how to read. So okay, so I imagine with your struggle with the ABCs, you weren't really that much of a reader. So how do you know how to read today?
Well, you see, I'm a real big fan of memes. I absolutely love memes. Memes are the best. Memes purify my soul. I just absolutely love them. They make me laugh. They make me cry. They are works of art.
Works of art, you say? They kind of are. I do love memes myself. Hell, I run a meme page on I'm on Instagram. I am a real big appreciator of memes. So like, what do memes have to do with your literacy?
Well, it was because okay, let me think for a second. Oh, it was back in the early 2010s. You see, You know, and everybody was going off saying, oh, this meme's funny, that meme's funny, show me that meme. And I'll be like, hey, I want to see. And I see this weird picture, and then I see a bunch of these words. You know I don't like words, because I can't freaking read, I can't freaking spell.
Okay, calm down. So you know, tell us what else, you know, what else went on, you know, with the whole looking at memes thing.
Well, I got so pissed off that I didn't know how to read or write that I said, well, you know what? I am going to learn how to read. So for 30 nights and for 30 days straight, I did nothing but look at memes. I did not eat, I did not sleep, I did not even pee. Oh, I farted a lot. But everything else, I did not do. I did nothing but look at memes.
Oh, look at memes. Do nothing but look at memes. Now that is some true dedication there. God, so you essentially taught yourself to read by doing nothing but looking at memes for 30 days and 30 nights straight. Like, how does that happen? Like, you had to have some sort of help and all that.
Yeah, well, of course I did. You know, I had this very nice friend growing up. His name was Steve. And too bad Steve only existed for 1 year of my life, and then he went away.
What happened to him?
Well, it turns out Steve was my imaginary friend, and I kind of grew out of imaginary friends. You know, when I grew up. But anyways, Steve. I don't know if it was some kind of hallucination, or I don't know if it was actually there. I don't remember, and I'm too dumb to realize it. So, Steve used to help me read these memes, and he would spell out the words, and I would kind of guess the letters, and I'd be like, hey, I understand this meme. I get it. And then what I used to do was I would send the same meme to everybody like hundreds of times.
Hundreds of times?
Yeah. They used to say, hey, Pumba, stop spamming. It's annoying. Please stop spamming. My phone can't take any more pictures. Please stop.
Okay, so you stopped spamming, right?
No, of course I didn't. I love memes, and you gotta spread the love. You know, you gotta spread the love of memes to everybody you know. It's like the Christmas spirit. You know, you don't stop saying Merry Christmas, do you?
I don't say Merry Christmas at all because everyone gets offended by this stuff these days.
Well, that's not the point. You know, I love to spread the love, to spread the memes, and I gotta tell people about them. I gotta show them hundreds of times.
Hundreds of times?
Yeah. Like, here, I'll spam your phone right now.
No, please don't. We're using my phone to record right now. Like, I don't need 100 notifications of the same meme going off over and over again during this entire recording session. Please. Like, spam in your society or something.
Yeah, my society. Oh, let me tell you, podcast people, about my society. Well, so one day I got really bored. I got, you know, because we went to church, and, well, I love Jesus. You know, I love God, but I always get bored in church.
You do?
Well, hell yeah. Because all the old man at the front, all he ever talks about is, Jesus this.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the point. You know, he's the pastor. You know, he's supposed to tell us, you know, the message. That, you know, he's supposed to be, you know, essentially like a puppet for Jesus. You know, Jesus tells him what to say, and then, you know, he gives out the good message, you know, for the week. So, I mean, that's kind of his whole purpose here.
Well, I found it boring. So what I did was I fell asleep. And then Granny had the audacity to smack me awake. She smacked me so hard in the face that everybody in the congregation freaking heard me.
They did.
Yeah, and then I was like, ow, Granny, what the hell would you do that for? I was trying to have a nice nap. And then she said, quit your talking, Pumba. I'm trying to listen to the sermon. You better stay awake or you won't get any damn food this week. And then I started crying. I was like, wow, I don't want to go hungry for another week. You know I love food. And then she said, you know what? because you be crying so much, you're gonna be eating nothing but green beans. And then I said, no! and then the pastor, he comes down, and he starts beating me up too, just like Uncle Larry used to. He starts beating me up. Then all the old ladies and all the old men start beating me up too. They kept on saying, shut up, Pumba, shut up. Why are you crying? Why don't you just listen to the pastor's message? And then I ran out of there as fast as I could. I went to go cry in the restroom.
My God, Pumba, your life just sounds so freaking sad. How have you not killed yourself or anything?
Oh, because I love Jesus.
Oh, well, okay, I guess that's I guess that works. Let's see. So let me get a drink of water here because let's see, because the microphone's kind of tethered to me right now, and I gotta think about this, man.
Got enough water?
Yes. Okay, let me think about this. I'm trying to process this entire story you're telling me here. So your granny, like, anytime you would mess up or act up or even just try to catch a nap at Sunday service, which you really shouldn't do anyways, but so anytime you did any of that sort of stuff, she would smack you, she would threaten you, and then a lot of times she actually followed through with that threat. And then not only that, the preacher came down from his podium, he freaking started beating you up, and so did all the old people in the congregation. Like, where did you live in? Why haven't you ever told me any of this stuff? I'm your freaking adopted brother. I mean, why, damn it?
Well, because I never wanted you to be worried about me. Because also too, I forget a lot. Because Granny used to tell me that, I was pretty damn dumb. I don't have the best brains in the world. And so I kept on forgetting all the times that she would always beat me up. And all the times when, she would, I guess I forget a lot. Even today, I don't even remember my own name.
Your name is Pumba.
Yeah!
Okay. So the society you were talking about. So go on. What else went on in the society? How did it start? So you're talking about how you came up with this idea after taking a nice nap, or probably was a nice nap at church. So what happened?
Well, when I ran out of the...
Are you okay, Pumba?
Yeah. What's that horrid smell?
What do you mean? Oh, that's the smell of green beans.
I hate green beans. Get me out of here.
No. You stay in this room, okay? They're just cooking food downstairs, okay? We're not gonna force you to eat green beans, okay? You look. You can just have your bowl of fried chicken and leave, okay? You don't have to eat green beans. We're not gonna force you to. Don't you freaking worry.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. I love that idea.
Okay, so go on. Tell us your story.
Well, so when I ran out of that room, and I went to the restroom to go cry. I was on Facebook. I was on Facebook, because I wanted to collect more memes, because I wanted to spam more people with memes, and then I had this idea. What if on Facebook Messenger I created this one group chat with me, a couple of friends, and a whole bunch of people from all over the world, random people that I didn't even know, and we all were united under this one group chat, and we would send each other memes. But unfortunately, nobody ever posted in that group chat. As a matter of fact, I'm the only one to post. I like to spam memes, because I like to share I love to share the memes to all sorts of people from all over the world, all at the same time, just by adding them to the society.
So what he's referring to is his group chats exclusively on Facebook Messenger. It's simply called Society. Hell, it's even got Pumba's picture right on the right on the cover. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink. Is that alright, Pumba?
Yeah.
God, I kind of went down the wrong pipe there. But anyways, so he's referring to this group chat called Society. It's exclusively on Facebook Messenger. Now, currently, I am also on there. I'm not gonna tell you my actual name, or at least my name, the name that I use on Facebook, because I just don't feel like telling you. But Pumba is on there, and occasionally he does spam people, on the chat. Because I mean that's his thing, he loves to spam, memes repetitively, on this group chat of his. And there are many people, and surely a lot of people from all over the world in this one group chat. Now, most of the time when he would post or spam the same repetitive meme over and over again, people would be like, WTF is this crap, and stuff like that. They would get pissed off and they would leave.
But then what I would do is that I would replace every one person with 40 more people.
Yeah, so by doing that, Pumba has he's grown this tiny little 7-person group chat into this entire freaking society full of 148 people. Now, that number's still pending because he's still replacing every one person with 40 more people. And a lot of times, even if he was to only add like maybe 6 people, 5 of them would leave, after the first spam. And that's the thing about the society. It's sort of like an endurance test. To see if you could handle, being in the same group chat as Pumba. Because Pumba is also in a couple of my other personal group chats, and he would be the one guy that spams memes. And and if you aren't able to stay within the group chat after he has this little spam thing going on, it's kind of a it's if you can't last to that, then you're kind of just out of the group. Because it's kind of like the initiation, because it's an endurance round. It's an endurance test. If you can't handle it, you can't handle the society. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So, anyways, so I totally forgot how we went on a tangent of the society. But you said let's rewind time. Let's go back. Just a little bit. Back to when you said you wanted to be an chef actor, or actor chef, however you put it. So you said you wanted to be an actor, and you moved here back in 1986. So what happened?
Well, the kid. Well, see, I grew up pretty damn fast. I mean, maybe not in my brain, but in physical body, I became kind of big. I became kind of fat too. So it didn't take. So my granny, she said, "Hey, you're gonna, we're gonna put you in high school." And I said, "But I've never been to school. Well, I don't want to go to school now." And she said, "Too damn bad. You're gonna have to go to school." And I was like, "No." And then she got Uncle Larry to beat me up again.
It's a consistent cycle of you refusing to do something she says, she beats you up, or she would use somebody else to beat you up. So why? Oh, whatever. It's all in the past. It's not I can do anything about it. But hold on, let me take another drink. Just hearing your story stresses me out, man. Like, for real. Okay, so let's go on. So, aside from you getting beat up by Uncle Larry every day, or at least that's how it seems, what else happened in 1986? You already said she started putting you in high school. Okay, so what happened in high school?
Well, I made some really good friends, and it was 1994 or 1992 when they said, "Hey, Pumba, you look kind of big and fat. You look kind of cartoonish, So hey, why don't you come with us? We work at Disney. And we're making this movie about a lion."
About a lion? Oh, are you referring to The Lion King? God, I loved your performance in that movie. Like, shoot, if that movie would have came out like within my lifetime, well, I mean, technically, it's still around, so it sound like I'm saying that as if I can't watch it, but I mean, I've watched it. I love that movie. I loved your performance in it. You are my favorite Disney character.
Hell yeah! Yeah, like, I love to act. So when those Disney people said, come with us, we're gonna film a movie about lions, and I was like, oh boy, I got so ecstatic, man.
Sorry about that, folks. I just had I had like a whole bunch of chips before prior to recording. And sorry, Pumba, if my burps offend you.
Oh, well, no, not really, because, well, I know I can burp better. I have the bigger burps. I have the better burps.
Okay, that's not exactly why I apologize, but okay, well, to each their own. Okay, so anyways, the Disney people, they brought they took you in and you did your whole your whole Lion King thing, your whole Lion King thing.
Yeah.
So, anything interesting happened, during your whole Lion King filming? So you started from being this homeschool, like, very sheltered, very beaten up, piece of garbage, living at your granny wife's house, So what went on in the studio?
Well, they took me to Hollywood to film The Lion King. I was exposed to a lot of things. A lot of people's private parts, a lot of drugs and sex, and a whole lot of bad things. But it didn't mess me up though, because during the whole time, my brain was off. Well, then too, my brain is turned off now, but even more so, because of the drugs. I remember taking those drugs. They felt so good. They tasted horrible though, which is why I always hated it when they would put drugs in my food. Because they would always tell me, "Oh, calm down, Pumba. Don't you worry that we're putting this white powder in your food. It's sugar." And I'll be like, "Oh boy, I love sugar." I would taste it and I'll be like, "I'm hyper, but that did not taste good." But anyways, I digress. I was introduced to a whole lot of weird stuff back in Hollywood, and for the first time ever, I cheated on my granny wife.
You did?
Hell yeah! You know Timon?
Timon? Oh, like that guy you were working with? You cheated on your granny wife for him?
Of course I did. As a matter of fact, he became my secret boyfriend.
Look, I'm not the kind of guy to like judge anyone's sexuality or anything like that. But I'm just asking, why? Like, why Timon? Out of any other, like, people working in Hollywood, at the time, why Timon? What made him so special, and set apart from the rest?
Well, he always took care of me. He always told me that I was his best friend. He always stuck up for me. One time he and my granny got in a fight, because he saw Uncle Larry, beating me up, and that really pissed him off. And so he called the cops on my granny, and they never took her to jail because I totally forgot why. Oh, I remember because she called Uncle Larry, and Uncle Larry beat up the cops for her, and then the cops never tried to arrest her again. And then Timon said, "You know what? Come on, Pumba, we're running away," and then we ran away into the sunset.
And okay, that's definitely a Hollywood ending, but obviously things didn't end there. because I had no idea that you were in a relationship with Timon. So, so what else happened there?
Well, we were together for a while. We even filmed a couple more movies. It was Lion King 2, it was Lion King 1.5, and a stupid Lion Guard movie they made us do earlier. But here's the thing. In 2005, we broke up.
You broke up? Damn, like what happened between y'all?
Well, he was saying that, I wasn't the same man, that I was when we met. I was this big fat slob. And I told him, I'm not no fat slob. And he was like, oh, yes, you are. I mean, look at all this trash you leave everywhere. Why am I always coming home to the dishes not clean? Why are you always so damn fat? Why do you always smell? Why do you only shower why do you only shower once a freaking week? Actually, it wasn't a week. Why do you shower only twice a year? And then, he would always insult me. It would hurt my feelings. And, I got really hurt. And, my heart couldn't take it. And he would always roast me on things. He didn't like the way I smelled. He didn't like the way I felt. He didn't like the way I was just filthy all the time. And then we had to break up.
Okay, look. Look, Pumba. I get it. This guy, he meant a lot to you. But hey, man, like. Okay, look. Okay, I'm not gonna be the completely, uplifting type. I'm just gonna say it straight up. You are kind of disgusting to be with. He was probably more so in the right than you think he was. But still, like, I mean, still. I mean, have you improved on any of those things you used to roast you on since then? I mean, looking at you, I kind of see the answer for myself. But I mean. For the sake of the podcast, have you?
No, not at all. Because you know what? Because I remember, like for the second time in my whole life, I stepped into a church in 2007, and then I heard the pastor say, God made you, just perfect, just the way you are. And then I said, oh hell yeah! And then the pastor got his big old steel toe boot, and then he kicked me out of the church. And then I told God, thank you for making me the way you did. I am perfect just the way I am. I am beautiful just the way I is. And then a few years later, Lady Gaga made that song, I was born this way. So, I felt really good about myself. Then I said, you know what? Who cares what Timon thinks? I may only shower twice every year. I may leave trash everywhere. I may be super ginormous and fat. I may fart a lot. I may not be the best guy out there. But you know what? I is perfect just the way I is. And you know what? No one can take that away from me because God loves me. No matter what I do, no matter what I say.
Okay. Okay, I mean, whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever makes you feel good. And you know what, people? Shoot, you guys may be laughing while listening to this, but you know what? But that is something true, though. That is a true statement. You are. I mean, God made you just the way you are, and He loves you just the way you are. But maybe if you didn't scream hell yeah and then get physically, literally kicked out of the church, you probably would have listened to the rest of the sermon. I wasn't there, but I can tell you that, yeah, sure, he loves you and He made you just the way you are. But in a lot of cases, God doesn't want you, to stay that way, because sure, you may come in being a drunken sinner, but God doesn't want you to be a drunken sinner, forever. He wants you to improve. He wants you to improve upon yourself. They're like, faith, because faith without works is dead. And what you have there is faith without works. Because you're over here, just screaming how perfect you are. But God never made anyone perfect. I mean, sure, he loves us just the way we are, but he never made anyone perfect.
Shut your religious mouth.
I'm just trying to explain that, perhaps, I mean, sure, you can parade on how perfect you supposedly are, but I mean, that's not it, though. That's not where it stops. Life is about growing. It's about changing. It's about improving. And obviously, I mean, you hadn't done any of that for your entire life. I mean, sure, you went through a couple of dark things back in the past, but come on. Again, life is about change. You ran away from that life, and you started something new. And then Timon left you, but you had another chance to restart a new life. Why haven't you done anything? I mean, sure. I mean, sometimes in life, things are pretty hard. Life can be a roller coaster, right? Some parts are good, some parts are terrible, some parts make you wonder, why did I wait in line? So why did I wait in line for so long? For this. But then other times, there's some parts of the ride that make it completely worth it, even though the rest of the ride's terrible.
What the hell are you trying to say? I don't understand. Remember, I can't understand where the jack.
Oh, okay. Let me simplify it for you. At least let me attempt to make it simplify it for you. God may love you just the way you are, but he doesn't want you to stay the way you are.
Shut up! You know what? I love Jesus, but sometimes I honestly can't think I love you.
Okay, look. Hear me out. Just hear me out. Calm down. Okay, so let's get off this topic. Because I want to keep you on my show, and I don't want to make you too mad. Because you're gonna have this thing where you get mad, and then you stay mad for a long time, but then also you forget, and then you start spamming memes. And but I don't want you to be mad for them. Again, the whole point of me bringing you onto the show is to make you happy, to give some of the audience, something else to listen to. So let's keep on going. So what else have you been doing since, after that whole fiasco with Timon? What's been going on?
Well, they stopped putting me in the acting business because apparently I became so damn fat that I could not fit in cars anymore. Hell, I couldn't fit in ginormous trucks anymore. Or at least, even if I did. Sometimes they would put me in one of those Walmart trucks. Because it was only those size trucks that I could fit in. But it would be so hot. It would be so dark. And I don't like the dark. I don't like the hot. I don't like the sweat. And then, I would weigh down the car. On the truck. I would weigh so damn much that it always made me feel bad. The truck wouldn't be able to move because I was so damn heavy. It always made me cry when they would tell me stuff like that. Oh God. Oh my God. Look, sorry, Pumba. Sorry about what?
I'm trying not to laugh.
Laugh at what?
Nothing. I mean, maybe the truck drivers were just being retarded. Maybe the tires are flat. Maybe it wasn't you.
Exactly. I'm over here saying I'm perfect just the way I is, and then they want to accuse me of being not perfect. So you know what I did?
Okay. What did you do?
I ate them.
You what?
Yeah, I ate them. For anybody that says that I'm not perfect, for anybody that says I'm ugly, or I'm stupid, or I'm fat, or I'm lazy, or I'm smelly, or any other insult, I ate them.
Pumba, that's not how you resolve your problems. Okay, sure, maybe in the last podcast I said something about or maybe a couple podcasts ago, I said something about, hey, if you want to be a bully, if I catch you bullying, yeah, I might, knock some sense into you. But but violence doesn't solve everything. Sure, it may make you feel satisfied in the moment, but it ain't gonna solve nothing. Of course, unless you're in a war or something like that. But that's a whole different thing. But anyways, like you're better than this. Well, why are you eating people?
Well, first of all, I'm dirt broke because me and Timon's Lion King money didn't last for very long. And you know what? We even recorded an entire show together, and nobody ever paid to watch it. So you know what? We lost a lot of money really quick. And then he would go out to work, driving taxis all day, and then I'll be stuck at home, watching Family Feud all day. And so he didn't make much money, and I ate way too damn much. And I was always poor. I was always poor for most of my adult life. And and then I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Of course you did. You're talking about eating people.
Yeah. When a person gives me hate, I eat them. And because I'm still broke poor today. Because that's another source of food. Because I don't like eating cats and doggies. I don't like eating cows and chickens, even though fried chicken sounds so good right now. Oh, I can even smell it downstairs. But also, I don't like eating animals. I'm an animal. You should have seen my face when Granny fed me bacon for the first time, and then she told me that bacon was me. It's like she went to my room one day. She got a knife. She cut some of my skin. She got a big part of me, and it really hurt. But she won't let me go to the hospital, and she made me eat that bacon. And then she said, you see that bacon? Tastes good? That's you! And I was like, ah! And then I cried.
And, of course you did. Look, okay, so anyways, eating people ain't gonna solve jack squat, but whatever, what do I know? I try to be a peaceful guy. I try to be the most peaceful that I can, but whatever, what the hell do I know?
Yeah, exactly, what do you know?
Well, for starters, I know all my ABCs.
Well, don't insult me like that. You want me to eat you too?
No, calm down. Close that mouth. You're gonna catch a fly in it.
I love flies.
Just calm. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Okay. So, we're in the last 8 minutes of the podcast. So, you want to wrap anything up real quick?
Yeah. And so these days, after recording the Lion Guard, I got a little bit more money. But then I also I eat a lot of Burger King, so that Burger King money didn't last very long. And so actually, I remember I started working at Burger King.
Oh, your favorite restaurant?
Hell yeah!
Man, I remember all the times when when Uncle Larry.
Don't mention Uncle Larry.
But this is a good memory. Remember when Uncle Larry used to, he used to take us to Burger King and we used to eat. Man, those were some freaking good times. Like, you would always be excited about the toy you'd get. He wouldn't be beating you up, and we would both be enjoying our burgers. Like, it was a real good time. Good times growing up, and those are the only times I remember with Uncle Larry. But you say he was otherwise, but anyways. So growing up, all those times Uncle Larry would take us to Burger King. Yeah, I saw how he really loved it, and I remember suggesting to you one day, hey Pumba, why don't you work for Burger King someday since you love it so damn much? And then you said, yeah. Well, why don't I? So it's good to see that you're back at your roots. You're back at the place where you really want to be. And besides, earlier you were saying that you want to be a chef. Well, you may not be a gourmet chef, but flipping burgers and putting stuff together, that's like a chef.
Hell yeah! But then I got fired because, I still smell very bad. And then they accused me of stealing food. And they would accuse me of eating everybody's orders. And they said they didn't like that. And then they said I was stupid for doing that. So you know what I did? I quit.
Are you sure you didn't get fired before you quit?
Oh no, sorry. I quit. When they told me they fired me.
Of course. You know, from the start of this podcast onwards, I have drank in a whole bunch of water. I mean, because here's the thing, I don't drink, but I do drink a lot of water when I'm stressed or whenever I'm trying to cope with something. And I'm trying to cope with your story, Pumba. Because you know what? I mean, you know, on the internet, on the surface, you appear as this, very funny guy. But then in real life, I mean, real life is kind of funny. Even if it is messed up. But, what? Okay, but that's not the point, though. What I'm saying is, there's a lot deeper lore going on, with you. So I don't blame you. You know what? So, okay, so here we are at the last, 4.5 minutes of the podcast. You wanna wrap anything up? I mean, you're pretty much actually, where are you staying at now? What's your current situation? You got booted out of Burger King, so I mean, what's next?
Well, I started a nice career of robbing hobos.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I rob hobos. Yeah, so there's a bunch of hobos that live on my street, and I beat them up. Yeah, there's one guy tried beating me up first, but then I beat him up with my teeth, with my hooves, and with my butt, and I farted on him. I think I probably killed this one guy, but anyways, I'll beat them up, and they would give me their money. And that's how I'll keep eating Burger King. And that's how I keep, living. And actually, I live in a small apartment now.
Oh, you do? The expensive hobos are probably going to be living by themselves. Okay, so, tell us about this apartment. Is it big? Is it small? How's the hobos' money treating you?
Well, actually, I don't use my money. To pay my rent, the rent guy, he's nice, he says, he says, I can pay however I need to. And you know what? I do it. I pay him in love. I pay him in memes.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You just said that you pay him in memes?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's very confusing. How do you even still have a place to live?
Well, he's always appreciative. And he loves me so much for doing that he will follow me around everywhere, asking me for money, but then I send him more memes and he goes away.
Pumba, I don't think that's how it works. I think he's actually looking for money this time. Okay,
come in. Pumba! Oh no! Pumba, you didn't pay your rent.
Who are you? Why didn't you just walk into my studio?
My name is Super Armando Losertown, but my real name is Armando Losertown, but I love it when people call me Super Armando Losertown. So anyways, I am the rent man at Pumba's apartments. But here's the thing, Pumba has not been he has not been paying his rents. Yes, I have. No, you didn't. You've been paying your rent with memes. But you said I could pay any way I can. Yes, with money, you fool, not with memes. Look at this envelope. It's full of nothing but prints of memes. On funny memes, too. Memes for 2012. But they're good memes. Oh, no, they're not. And memes are not money. Ah!
Okay. Everybody, take this outside. Armando, Pumba, out of here. Out of here, you guys. Yeah, out of here. Okay, so, thank you for watching the podcast, or not watching. Thank you for listening to tonight's podcast. We finally got, to explore the life of Pumba. And you know what? Despite all that happened today, I'd say it's a pretty good podcast. It's a pretty good night tonight. So here we go. Wrapping up. Well, I mean, pretty much everything's wrapped up at this point. But here we go. Last minute of the podcast. Thank you for making it this far. Thank you for continuously watching or listening to what I got to say every night. And you know what? Every so often, I'm gonna bring a guest into the show like that. Shoot, we saw Victor and Caleb coming in. But, sometimes I'll exclusively, interview someone. So we just did Pumba. He may return later, depending on whether Super Armando kills him or not. But, you know what, we'll interview other people. So, you know what, this is your boy, Asiago, on 3 AM Thoughts, signing off. Good night.